Hey, what's going on, Taurus? Butch Tarot here. I'm going to do your August monthly read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. I'm going to be using the Celtic Tarot, which is the first deck I've ever used way back when. I really enjoy it. If you haven't tried it yet, or you haven't, if you're into tarot or if you just like collecting, it's a great deck. I highly recommend it. That being said, let's get it. Universe, what do we have for Taurus? What is going on for Taurus? August 2021. All right, Taurus. So the first thing I see, Taurus, I feel like there is someone that you're already dealing with. This is someone that you're already dealing with, and I feel like you really don't know which way to turn. I feel like there's a choice to be made coming your way. And I feel like you're having a hard time with it. I feel like you're going to have a hard time with it. Because I feel like on one end of the choice, something is coming to an end. We have the Tower card. I feel like something's coming to an end, but I feel like you really don't want it to end. I feel like you have a really strong, there's a really strong physical connection with this person. I feel like you have a mental connection with this person, but emotionally, I feel like there's something missing. I feel like you get along great. I feel like you have a good time together. You enjoy each other's company. I just feel like we've fallen out of this relationship. And I feel like it's hard. It's hard to make the choice that you feel, this choice is coming towards you. It's hard for you to make that choice because you feel a connection with this person. It's not the connection you expected. It's not the connection that you were waiting for. You know what I mean? Sometimes we get with people and we have a great connection with them. We have a great bond. But at the end of the day, is it what we expected? And I don't feel like it is. I feel like you already know that, and I feel like your intuition is telling you that. But I do feel like you're ignoring it. It's almost like you don't want to hear it. You don't want this to be, you don't want The choice is coming. You don't want to make that choice because it's not the choice you want to make. For so many reasons, but there's also part of you that almost knows what you need to do here. You know what you need, what you want, and you know that this isn't it. You know, there's something more out there for you. And I feel like, yes, I mean, a part of this feeling that you get, I mean, I feel like there's a lot, you have stability with this person. You have somewhat of a foundation with this person, but it's not, I just feel like this is more of a friendship. You know, the emotional, the loving, the passionate, you know, that side is missing. But part of you feels like you could do it without it. But then there's also the other part of you that knows you're waiting for more. There's something else out there for you. And I feel like because you have such a strong bond and such a good connection with this person, it's hard to walk away from it. It's hard to stop giving to it because for what it is, it works. And you don't want to hurt them. But you know, if there was any kind of loving energy here, it's not the type of loving energy that you've been looking for. You know, this is not your person. And I feel like more and more that's becoming increasingly obvious to you, but you don't want to make the wrong choice and regret it. Sometimes our intuition tells us some things that we don't want to hear. Even though deep down we know it's right, we don't want to hear it. I just feel like this is something that it's almost like the longer this goes on, the harder it's going to be. And I feel like you know that as well. There's something not being said here that needs to be said, and no one's willing to say it. And I feel like the thing that I'm really picking up here is they know it too. But I feel like you have such a great connection and such a great bond that it's almost like you feel like there's no way out of this without hurting that person and losing them. But that's not what's happening here. I feel like you have a connection with this person that is not easily going to go away. And it's going to take work. But we need to move forward. I feel like you've been in your head a lot about this lately. And I feel like it's only getting, like I said before, it's only getting worse. You know, sometimes we know we're not with the right person, even though there's so many things about that person that check the list. You know, some people have the checklist. Say there's 10 things that you want from someone, or you know what I mean, and this person fills 8 or 9 of them. But it's not the 10. We all have the 10. And being with an 8 or a 9 is selling ourselves short. And I feel like that's where we're at here. I feel like, you know, I feel like this person is a lot of things that you want. But they're not all of them. And I feel like that empty void that you feel by not having all of them, that void is only getting bigger. That hole is only getting bigger. And that leads to, you know, regret. That leads to us drifting away in a negative, you know, in a negative way, rather than just accepting that this is not the person for us. And like I said, I feel like they feel the same way, but neither one of you is saying it because you have a great connection with this person, and it's hard to walk away from that. And it seems almost impossible to walk away and still remain close. I feel a very strong soulmate connection with this person. I feel like this person still has a role to play in your life, It's just not that role. You know, I feel like the conversation is coming, and I feel like it's something that needs to happen. And I feel like once that happens, I feel like we can finally have forward movement, and we will finally find the 10 out of 10 that we've been looking for. And I mean, it's not just for you, it's for them as well. You know, I do see you moving forward. I do see you finding happiness. It's just, this is going to weigh on you like a dark cloud. You know, sometimes we meet people in our life and we have a great connection with them and they're important to us and they mean a lot to us. But at the end of the day, we gotta assess it and see, is this everything I want? Because if it's not everything you want, at some point in your life, you're gonna regret not taking that look. You know, and then you start holding a grudge against each other almost, not intentionally, but it happens because one day you look at that person and you say, I could have had more, but I didn't. And then you start blaming them or you blame yourself. And then it just becomes this vicious cycle. We need to trust our intuition. You know, sometimes we need to let people go. People that we don't want to let go necessarily, but we know we need to let go. And I'm not saying that this person has to exit your life. I'm actually saying the opposite. This person has a role to play in your life. It's just not this role. And same goes for them. You have an important role to play in their life. And like I said, I feel like as we move forward, we feel like this is more of a friendship. I feel like there's a physical connection and there's a mental connection, but on the side of an emotional connection, romantically, it's not working. And sometimes we need to accept that. Because if we don't, we're losing out on the thing that will be the 10 out of 10 for us. You know, accepting a 7 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10. And I don't even know why I give it a scale of 10, but just for all intents, for the purposes of this, I give it that scale of 10, like just as a reference. You know, it's almost like settling. And at some point, we're not going to be okay with the fact that we settled. Now with this person, we have a lot of fire: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have Virgo and Taurus. Possibly even some Capricorn. We also have that Cancer, some Cancer energy in there as well. You know, sometimes when we're with somebody and they treat us well and they're loyal and, you know, we can depend on them and we can trust them, sometimes we may want them to be more to us because of those qualities that they have. But sometimes we have to accept that those people that's not the role they had in our life. That's not the role that's intended for them. You know, sometimes people can be with somebody for a very long time and then they realize it's more of a friendship. They have a really great friendship. But intimately, romantically, that doesn't add up. And it's sometimes hard to walk away from, you know, you feel like walking away means you have to cut and run, that you have to cut that person completely out of your life. That's not the case. I'm not saying that, you know, you should go looking for somebody else and this person should be your wing person. You know, I'm not saying it's gonna be okay the first week you're apart or the first month or the first year. But this person's role in your life is not finished. They're important to you, and you're important to them. And that's very rare. That's what I have for you. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.